Vaishali madam,
हाँ सर.
start. Let us start.
Okay. Hello, good morning everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. I am Vaishali Nathwani, working as physics faculty at Parul Polytechnic Institute, Parul University. Today we are presenting webinar on professional behavior in the workplace, which is organized by Applied Science and Humanities Department of Parul Polytechnic Institute, Parul University. We will be running live question and answer sessions at the end of the webinar. If you have any questions, then WhatsApp us on 7016390124 or 98980 38375. I would like to introduce today's presenter, Rita Linda Derrick. She is a certified image and etiquette consultant at Philippines. She is founder and chief instructor at RLDD Manners and Mindfulness Training Center. She is president of Pro Life Philippines Foundation and also at Jordan Cleanway Technologies. She is also vice president at Institute for Pastoral Developers. As an image and etiquette consultant, she has imparted her teachings to many employees in various corporations. We welcome you, ma'am. So we can start with the webinar now.
Okay. Madam, you can start your
Okay.
presentation.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everyone there from the Philippines, from my friends in the Philippines joining. We have a 2.5 hour time difference. So here already it is in the afternoon. And because of technology right now, the, the world has become seamless. So from those watching from other parts of the globe, warm hello from Manila, Philippines. I am very happy to be here with you today through this webinar. Let me Yes, okay, that is so much better. So thank you so much, Ms. Nazwani, for that introduction. I am from the Philippines, but my certification in the image industry is international. So I must tell you, you are in good hands. So what are the topics that we will be talking about right now? Professional behavior. Now you are seeing in the workplace, but let me tell you, professional behavior is not confined in the workplace. Actually, we have to be professional in everything that we do. So if you are a student, a homemaker, an entrepreneur, somebody working from home, or in the corporate world, I am hoping, I am sure that you will benefit much from this seminar. What are the topics that we will cover for today? We will be talking about workplace etiquette, employee attire, time management, respect in the workplace attitude, appearance of the employee in the workplace, ways to build a positive atmosphere with communication in the workplace, and how to use digital platform in the workplace. These are all very important for our personal branding. Now, you might ask, I was introduced as an image consultant. When I tell people that I am an image consultant, they actually ask me, what is that? An image consultant teaches about four things: A for appearance, B for behavior, C communication, and D for digital presence. This is what we call the ABCD of image. And these are all very important aspects of our life if we want to present an excellent branding to the outside world. If you want to be successful, these are the things that we need to manage. In image appearance, we talk about how you would look more professional. We talk about body types. What is the kind of attire that will fit your body type? Because we are all uniquely made. So whether you are a triangle or a heart shape, then we can coach you on what kind of clothes you should wear. We also teach about your wow colors, because in image we believe that there is some colors that will bring out the best in you. Of course, we also talk about behavior, or how we do things, how we finish our work, how we deliver the programs that we do. Communication skills, very important too. The words that we say, how we say it, and when we say it. And of course, in the new normal, digital presence is very important. So this is part of the things that I teach as an image consultant. Talking about workplace etiquettes, we talk about manners in the workplace. How do we show respect for other people? You know, etiquette is not it is not about having high tea, about preparing for very formal dining, for very formal dinners, or being with the CEO. Etiquette is actually a guide for us to know what is acceptable in society, to know what is not annoying, how to be mannerful, how to how to behave properly in front of people. Studies have shown that there is so much incivility in the workplace. Studies have shown that people are unhappy because they have been a victim of rudeness and incivility in the workplace. And when you are not happy, then you do not work well. And therefore, our production, our output is impacted. So therefore, we we like to know about etiquette and good manners because it is equated to our happiness level, and our happiness influence the way we do things and our production in the end. Of course, safety is very important in the workplace, professional behavior, responsibility. It is important also that we have a positive attitude. What else? In the workplace, of course, we avoid gossip. We avoid negative talks. We always have to wear the appropriate attire. Basic grooming is very essential. And of course, body language and posture. So here we will be talking much about workplace and social situations. So as I told you earlier, it is not about just being in a company, in an office. Etiquette is important in all social and professional scenarios. Of course, I will be touching on speaking and listening skills and again on your online presence. Why is this important? Because let me tell you, studies have shown that people make 11 major decisions about one another in the first 7 seconds of meeting each other. So you have not opened your mouth yet, and already people are making major decisions about you. What could these decisions be? Are you trustworthy? Are you competent? Are you successful? Are you knowledgeable? Are you efficient? Just by seeing us in the first 7 seconds. So that is why it is very important that the way we are dressed, our body language resonates very well. The way we are standing or sitting will give a positive, people will look at us positively, and so that they would want to do business with us. Look at this. Studies have shown that when a person sees us, the impression that the people has of us, 55% of that is based on our nonverbals. Our nonverbals are meaning what we are wearing, the way we are wearing it, the color that we are wearing, how we are standing, how we are sitting, how we are making or not making eye contact, the way we shake hands with other people. These are the things that really impresses upon other people. 38% only is our voice, how we say things. Only 7% actually what we say. So, you may be the best in your class. You may be a graduate of an Ivy League university. You may have an IQ superior than most people. But if you are wearing shabby clothes, if you are not standing well, then people will not know that. Because what they see first are our nonverbals, our body language, our posture, and our attire. So, very important for everyone is to suit up for success. Now, I would like to show you some photos of business casual level 1. Okay, I started with business casual, but let me tell you first that there is some a thing called business formal. This is when you have really very formal business meetings. And in that case, you would be wearing a coat and a pants or trousers or skirts that has the same color and fabric. All right. But if it is business casual, look at these photos. It can be that you are wearing a different color of pants, like for the lady here and for the man here. The lady here is wearing khaki pants, but she is wearing a nice coat. The man here is wearing some gray pants, but wearing a dark blue coat. That is business casual. See, casual, but still having a tie. Did you notice that handkerchief there? And do you notice the nice buttons? Those are the small things that people notice. Those are the small things that can actually make you outstanding. Business casual level 2. Take note, no more coats. No more coats, but still the shirts are tucked. Still the guys, the men is wearing a tie, making sure that you wear the proper undershirt. So if you are wearing this kind of polo shirt, make sure that you are not wearing those sleeveless shirts underneath because it will be shown. Better the short sleeve, white, no print shirts under. This is business casual level 3. For the man, still the top is tucked in the pants. For the lady, it can be already outside. They are no longer wearing ties, no longer wearing coat, but still very the sleeves are long. This could be your casual Fridays. Do you have casual Fridays in the workplace? This could be it. Look at the men, but still they're wearing a shirt, but still they have a collar. So no round necks in the workplace. Look at this girl. She is wearing jeans. But this is this is level 4 business casual. This is Friday casual, wearing jeans, but still wearing a coat, wearing nice quality tops. So that is what you should remember. When people tell you business casual, Friday casual does not mean ripped jeans or round neck shirts. You reserve that for your family outings. In fact, in all my programs, I would tell people that even in company outings, you make sure you wear quality clothing, remembering that we are always communicating. Are we communicating positively or negatively? So if you want to communicate positively, then make sure that even if it is a casual Friday, even if it is a company outing, then you are still well dressed. Remembering, another thing to remember in business attire, more skin, less power. That is why sleeveless shirts, they do not have a place in the workplace. Very short skirts do not have a place in the workplace. For the ladies, if you want to wear a skirt, if you are wearing a skirt or your dresses, it has to be 1 inch above or below the knee. Nothing more, nothing less. Shorter than that, people will talk about you. People will begin to question your efficiency or your credibility. Longer than that is like a party dress already. So it has to be 1 inch above or below the knee. No showing of skin, no showing of arms. That is why you know me as an image consultant. I always have this question about, broadcast journalists, news reporters reporting on TV in sleeveless shirts. Because to me, that is, they are not saying that they are serious. And news is serious business. So if you want to be taken seriously, then make sure you are well covered. Not forgetting that details make a big difference. So for the students here, when you enter the workforce, you might want to start investing in good quality pens and purses and bags. For example, if you are applying for a job or you are already in the workplace and you are going to a meeting, it would be good to have a nice pen. I invested in this pen, so I use this when I'm in front of a client, when I am in a meeting. But of course, for my desk job, I can use this cheap ball pen that I bought from the local bookstore. But people see those differences. And of course, laptop case or bags. Bags, if you are a woman, bags are a big thing for us, right? So it is good for you to invest in a good quality leather bag. Okay, this is an example. This is an example. If you are client facing, if you want to show a good impression, then you should be always sporting a nice leather bag. It doesn't have to be the Pradas and the Louis Vuitton, especially if you are just starting, but a good quality. You leave your, you leave your big bags for those, for your Saturday mall or for your Sunday outings. But for the workplace, it has to be a good quality leather bag. Of course, you keep jewelry to a minimum. What is the tip? Nothing that is noisy as you walk. No, so just a simple ring, maybe a stud of earring, and like this. Oh, I know in your place in India, you have many, many beautiful accessories. My son-in-law goes there for business, and I would ask him to buy me some necklaces, and I love them. But that has no place. Too much accessories has no place in the workplace. And we have to be sensible too about the scents that we are wearing, our perfume. You do not want to be people, you do not want people to be talking behind your back. Oh, she's here. They already know because your scent has preceded your presence. No, so you have to be sensible about scents, keep jewelry to a minimum, and invest in a good quality pen, good laptop case, good purse. Especially important, very important, is the grooming for men and women. Why do we need to be well groomed? Because that shows respect for ourselves, first of all, respect for others, and respect for the institution that you represent. Taking note that even if you are outside the workplace, people are still judging you. You are still communicating. So when people see you on a Sunday in the park, do they say, oh, she works in a university, she is always well groomed? Or do people say, look at that, is she actually a professor? Why is she wearing those clothes? Why is she not well groomed? So you make sure that you are always properly groomed. Your hair should always be very well kept. For women, most especially, it cannot be that when you are talking with somebody or you are in a meeting, you are always doing like that. Do you know why? Because that means for some men, they are thinking that you are flirting with them. So that is not good, right? For the men and even the women too, you make sure that you trim your facial hair, no facial hair out of place, and your nails. Your nails always has to be clean. I have stopped putting nail polish because it gets off easily, so it does not look good. So I make sure that my cuticles, my nails are always well trimmed, especially when I am in a meeting. And of course, your shoes should always be clean and shiny and well kept. And your clothes should be well pressed. All right, not crinkly, not, you know, crumpled, but very well pressed. And one thing that you need to remember also is you always need to wear your body size. No, if it's too tight, then it's not good. If it's too loose, then it's not good. The fit is very important. Fit and fabric, very important. So you might want to invest in fabrics that does not crumple easily, especially when you have a very active lifestyle, so that you stay neat and clean and very well groomed throughout the day. For women, it is good to have a light makeup. Not too much makeup, but you have to have a light makeup because that means you care for your appearance. Because you know what? Your image can change the way you feel about yourself. Amy Cuddy, a social scientist, once said that actually our body, they speak to our mind. So when you know that you are appropriately groomed, when you know that you are wearing nice clothes that fits well on you, when you know that you look nice, then you actually feel nice. I am working from home today, and yet I am wearing my corporate attire because if I face you wearing my house dress or I am in shorts, then maybe I will not feel as professional. Then maybe I will get lost in this webinar. So, in order for you to feel professional always, you have to always be wearing professional attire. And your image will not only change the way you feel about yourself, but your image can change how others perceive you. Again, we go back to that first impression. Do people perceive you as competent? Do people perceive you as efficient, as trustworthy, as successful? Then you have to take care of your image. You have to take care of your personal branding. What is your brand? When people speak about you, what do they say about you? And normally, when people speak about you, when people talk about you, they talk about your appearance, behavior, the way you communicate, and your digital presence, your image. So that is what we are studying right now. Look at this lady. If you are talking to this lady and you are looking and she is looking at her cell phone and you know her back is curved, what would you feel? Do you feel that she is respecting you? Of course not. Number one, she is not looking at you. She is not sitting straight. So what can you say? Oh, maybe she is tired. Maybe it's a bad hair day. So it is not a positive behavior. If you are this lady and this guy is interviewing you, you think she will get the job? She is applying for a job. You think she will get the job? Maybe not. Look, everything is okay. Her hair is very neat. She is wearing the right clothes. She is wearing the right shoes. But what is lacking? Her posture is not correct. So you see, what about this? Is this better? Is she hired? Yes, because now she is looking at him in the eye. She is smiling and her back is straight. So right now, if you are looking at your computers, can you make sure that you have the proper posture there? Because then you will feel better. ESHKA. What is ESHKA? ESHKA is acronym for ears, shoulders, hips, knee, and ankle. The thing is for proper posture, the ears, your shoulders, your hips, and your knees and your ankles should be aligned. Now, sometimes this becomes a habit and it is very difficult for us to sit with aligned shoulders and to walk and stand in the eshka position, aligned ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankle. So I will show you now an exercise. This is difficult, a kind of difficult because this is a webinar, but what you can do is, you know, your small finger, both your small finger, you put them by your ears with your thumb by your shoulders. Do you feel the stretch? I hope you're doing it right now. Do you feel the stretch? And walk around your room. Walk around your room for 2 minutes a day for 21 days. And you will feel a change. And you will feel better. And you will look younger. And maybe many pains, back pains will go away. Because a lot of our back pains is due to our posture. Be mindful also of your facial expressions. It could be that you are saying, yes, mom, it's okay, but you're doing this. Are you saying it's okay? I don't think so, because your facial expression is very telling that you are not respectful of the other person. See, if you roll your eyes, that is a sign of disrespect. Look at her lips and her lip. I'm tired. I don't believe you. Ah, shut up. That is what we're saying. So be mindful of your facial expressions and even our hands. Actually, all parts of our body, they are giving a message. Look at this guy. What is he saying? I don't believe you. When will you stop? What about this guy? I don't think you're saying the truth. Without a word, that is what that guy is saying. Look at this. This is a show of power. This, you know, when your hands are like this and your hands are shown, that is a show of power. As opposed to if your hands are kept, then that means you are not very open to what the other person is saying. And then this, when are you leaving? Not very positive. Go away, get out of my sight. I don't want to listen to you. So be careful of your hand positions because they are saying something. See, you are also communicating with your eyes, with your lips, your whole facial expression, with your neck, with your head, and even with your hands. Okay, very important that you maintain eye contact when you are talking with another person. How do you feel when a person that you are talking with is not making eye contact with you? Do you trust that person? Maybe not. Maybe that person is hiding something. Maybe that person is not being truthful to you. In the same manner, when you talk to a person but you are not making eye contact, then perhaps that person will not trust you, will not feel good about talking to you. Now, eye contact as opposed to staring. You do not stare because staring is bad manners. So, how do you make eye contact well? One tip is to look in different parts of the face, a triangle there, so you don't have to stare at the eyes of the person. Okay, a smile from you will generate a smile from the other person. Smile. It is very important to smile. Now, how do you smile? Can you say with me? Say A. I don't hear you say A. Okay. Not cheese. Can you see my lips when I say cheese? Is it good? No. What about if I say A? A. Is it good, right? Now, this is the kind of smile that people want. But I have to warn you about very eager smile, about over eager smile, because that is a sign of submission. And when you show signs of submitting to another person, then maybe they will not respect you very well, or they can actually bully you. So you just smile, but not overeager. When do we sport an overeager smile? Usually when we're around our boss, or when we are around very important, very influential people. So just be mindful of the way you smile. Of course, etiquette is highly cultural. I asked, my friend here, what is the culture in your country about smiling? And he said, yeah, we're okay to smile. Because I have not been to Russia, but do you they say that in Russia, when you smile, you are being manipulative. So you also have to know cultural differences because etiquette is highly cultural. Now, important, of course, to shake hands properly. Look at this man shaking. Look at those hands. Important, web to web should be touching. Important to lean forward as you do not shake hands and then you are very stiff. It is important that you lean forward, make eye contact, and smile as you shake hands with another person. And of course, also very important to know, only 2 or 3 times, not very long. Not very long. Oh, how are you? It is good to see you. Not very long. No, you shake hands web to web. You do not use, the limp fish or the Terminator. Shake hands where you are like crushing the hand of the other person. Of course, we are in different times. Right now, the words right now that we hear, social distancing. So therefore, maybe in the next 2 years, we will not be shaking hands this way. So maybe for you, namaste. For us also, and for other cultures, and even for you, you can always put your your right hand in your left breast to give respect, to show respect for that other person, or a bow, as the Japanese and the Koreans would do. They would always bow because that is showing respect, because this is a time of pandemic. Another way of showing respect when you are too near a person, of course, is not to forget your face mask. That is a show of respect and of charity. The art of introductions. All right, remembering different rules in the social environment and in the business world. In social environment, when you introduce, important to say the name of the woman first. Age and gender is very important in the social arena. So when you are introducing your friend to your teacher, who is the older person there? The teacher. So you say the name of your teacher first. Ma'am, I would like to introduce to you my friend, or Miss Castro, I would like to introduce to you my friend Joanna, or your older and women. So if you're introducing two friends, one male and one female, same positions, social arena, then you mention the name of the female first, of the lady. Joanna, I would like you to meet Nelson. There. But in the business world, it is not about gender, it is not about age, it is about position, it is about ranking. So therefore, if you in introductions in the business world, in the professional arena, you say the name of the higher ranking official first. Now, or the more important person first. For example, if you are introducing a client to your manager, whose name should you say first? I hope you said client. Why? Because in every business, the client, the customer are the most important people. So, client, this is my boss. But if you are introducing your boss to a supplier, then the more important person there is the boss. Mr. Boss, this is our supplier, because then you are the client. Women are introduced to are presented to dignitaries, to ambassadors, to men in high positions. The important thing is when you introduce, you say something about the persons that you are introducing, so that you can start a good conversation. Like you don't say Nelson, Joanna, Joanna, Nelson. It's like a ball that you are tossing back and forth. No, this is Joanna, this is Nelson. His office is in in the other floor, so that they can start talking about each other. Introduction. What you also need to remember is you need to introduce. You cannot not introduce. Now, if you're just like walking with a friend and you meet someone in the street or in the hallway and you say hi, do you need to introduce? No more, because you're just walking. No need to introduce. Now, when you are being introduced, make sure if you are seated, you stand. You stand up and look at the person in the eye, bow, or give your hand in a shake, but you have to stand. You cannot remain seated. Now, in the handshake, who has the priority? Who decides if there will be a handshake happening or not? In the social arena, it is the women. So if the women do not give out their hands in a handshake, then it's not happening. In the professional world, it is the higher ranking official who will decide if a handshake will happen. At all times, show respect. Look at this lady, looking straight in the eye, leaned a bit forward with the handshake. It happens that we forget other people's name, right? It happens to you. It has happened to me many times. So what do we do? What are some tips in remembering names? First, when you are introduced to that person, you repeat the person's name immediately after hearing it. For example, if I am introduced to Nelson, oh, hi, Nelson, how are you? I am so pleased to meet you. And then to use that person's name occasionally during the conversation so you don't forget. You might want to ask for a business card. And then if you do not know, if the sound of the name is not very familiar to you, then you might want to ask that person to spell his or her name. Now, in order for you to remember that person's name, immediately when you get home, when you get back to your desk, you enter the person's name in your contacts file, say something, write something about that person so you remember. Is he a colleague from the same industry? What does he do? So that when the time comes that you need, then it is easier for you to look up that person. And then in a meeting, when there is a meeting, it is good to place business cards on the tables in the order in which they are seated. So if, for example, if you are conducting a meeting, if you have a meeting of many people not familiar with each other, it would be good to put nameplates so that people can call each other by name. Because, the sound of our name is very sweet to us. Now, business cards is a very important thing in the professional world. It is good also to invest in a good card case. Okay, so that you don't have to to open your wallet, open your bags, and then, search for your business card, so that when you meet someone and you want to give him a business card, then you just open your small business card, your leather case, and then you bring out your business card. Now, when you present your business card to the other person, make sure that you are presenting it so that he can read it, so that he can read the details in your business card. This is of Japanese influence, but you can also use your right hand. That is the Western influence. Now, very important, when we are receiving the business card, that you look in the business card, because there are many items there that may be important, that may be good to discuss about. You do not write in the business card of the person while that person is still with you. You make sure also that when a person hands you his business card, that you put it neatly in your card case. Again, not writing on it. Because business cards are very important for the business professional. For example, it is also very cultural. Like in China, for example, they would like that your business card has Chinese characters. That resonates well. I read somewhere that in India, correct me if I'm wrong, that you like to put your titles there, a PhD or a masteral degree, that you like to put titles in your business card. Whatever it is, make sure that your business cards are in good quality, no writings in your cards. And then you present like this, showing your showing your name and everything, so that the person can read it easily. And then, if you are receiving the business card, not to write on it. I know that handwritten notes, you might be thinking, are a thing of the past. But if you want to be memorable, if you want to be more outstanding, then you might want to establish a habit of writing thank you notes. What are good things to know? You need to write it in a nice stationery or a card. You write it, and you mention in your thank you note what you are thankful for. You mention specifically, for example, hello, Miss Melanie. Thank you for the good feedback that you posted in our board. I am very happy about that. It doesn't have to be long, it can be short, but make sure that you are indicating what you are thankful for. This is a handwritten thank you note that I am telling you, not the email, but the handwritten thank you note. Now, people also judge us, by how we sound. So make sure that you be mindful of your pitch. I think that people in India, for Indian nationals, I think that your pitch is lower than us Filipinos. So us Filipinos, when I do corporate trainings here in the Philippines, I remind my students to lower your pitch. And of course, avoid filler words. What are filler words? When you avoid, filler words, filler words, because filler words are, when your sentences are full of and and like and whatever, and your then that is not very professional. So how do you avoid filler words? You have to focus. You have to focus on the topic at hand. You have to focus on your conversation partner. And you have to really just enjoy the conversation. And then, of course, a lot of practice. A lot of practice goes a long way. When I was starting to teach, I would memorize, I would write a manuscript, I would write an essay, and I would memorize the things that I would say, so that there will be no O's and no A's, because that is distracting, that is disturbing, that is unprofessional. Park your personal problems at home. Do not be known as someone who is always complaining about the husband, about the wife, about the money, about the children, about the house. Because then people will think, when there is a project or a promotion in hand, do not give it to that person because she has so many problems at home. See, that is affecting your personal brand. And of course, you learn to accept compliments graciously. Because I am Filipino, and sometimes we Filipinos are falsely humble when we are said, "Oh, your dress is nice." "Oh no, actually this is an old one. Actually, I don't feel good in it." Accepting compliments graciously means just saying thank you. And you don't have to compliment back that person. Just say thank you. That is speaking very professionally. The art of conversations, topics, do's and don'ts. Remember this: in the social and in the professional world, you avoid asking questions answerable by a number. How old? Your dress size? How much you are paying for your car, for your home, your the size even of your shoes? So anything that's is answerable by a number, how much you are making, that is a no-no in the professional, even in the social arena. You do not also talk about highly controversial issues like religion and politics. You avoid that if you want to make a good impression. You also do not gossip about other people, because that is showing respect to other people. And you know what? When you talk unkindly to a person about another person, then that person that you are speaking to would actually think that you will do that also to her. So always look at what is good, what is beautiful, what is positive in other people, so that you talk also that way. You have to learn how to ask meaningful questions like, where did you go for your vacation? How are you today? No, and in order for you to really be good in making conversations, it would be good to catch up on your reading. You have to read books, you have to know current events, and it would be good to do something aside from what you are doing professionally. To have a hobby, to join a club, so that your interests will become varied, and therefore people will enjoy talking to you. Do not be known as the person who can only talk about his job, his job, his job. You are not your job. That is only a portion of you. But there are other things. Show other people. In order for you to have an excellent branding, you need to show people that there are other interesting facts about you. So therefore, get a hobby, join a club, watch the news, so that you will be able to converse properly. And in the conversation, you have to encourage people to talk about themselves. So, in order for you to make meaningful conversations, make sure that you are not only talking about yourself, but you are encouraging people to talk about them also. And, or rather, but do not barrage your conversation partner with questions like you are an interviewer. No, a conversation, a successful conversation should be like a tennis match. The conversation is moving to and from each other. So both of you will enjoy it if you are both talking about nice things, because it is boring if you are just talking about yourself. People will not talk to you anymore because they, oh, she is such a braggart. Oh, she only knows how to talk about herself. She does not care about other people. She just cares about herself. Do not interrupt. When a person is talking, you should not interrupt. You should not finish someone else's story. This is actually true for best friends or for couples, husbands and wives. Sometimes the wife is telling a story and then the husband finishes. That is not good manners. So, in order to show respect for the person talking, and so that other people will respect them too, you do not interrupt and you do not finish somebody else's story. And of course, be fully present in a conversation. Be fully present in any situation. Put down your cell phones. No, just focus on the other person. When you are talking with somebody, you do not look at on her left and on your right side, looking at who is coming, who is going. Just focus on that other person. And then you will become memorable if you are like that. Now, our tonality, of course, is very important also. What do you mean by this? When can I have, if I say, when can I have that report? then maybe you will not feel so nervous, right? So it is said in a nice way. But if I say, and when can I have that report? Then maybe it is time for you to be nervous because the tone of my voice is already different. So our tonality is very important in respecting other people and in eliciting respect for ourselves. And you know what? Even your text messages, your email, they have a tone. So you read your message. Is it a positive tone or is it a negative tone? In a conversation, important for us to listen. Again, make eye contact, smile, ask relevant questions relevant to the conversations, questions not answerable by a number, and then an open and receptive body language. Do not fold your hands like this when you are in a conversation, because that means you are not open to what the other person is saying. Hear what is not said. Many times, our messages are not in our words. You have to read between the lines. Everybody using their cell phone? Okay, five top cell phone tips. You use a professional ringtone, okay? Put people first, technology second. When your friend is talking with you, put down your phone. When your child is speaking to you, put down your phone. People first, technology second. Avoid cell yell. What is a cell yell? Using all capital letters in your text messages. Avoid that. Do not discuss private matters in public, and make sure that your voice has a low tone because people can hear. If it is a private matter, you do not want the world to know. And let your companion know, for example, if you are in a business meeting but you are expecting an important call, just tell that person that you are expecting something, and so therefore you will be quite mindful of your phone. Very important in a meeting to put your phone in a silent mode. Okay? No ringing of phones during a meeting. Conference calls very important. Now, meetings right now are online. So maybe you are doing Google Meet or Zoom meetings. Very important in the Zoom meeting or in a webinar like this is to dress professionally also. As I said earlier, your body is talking to your mind. So if you are dressed well, then you will be thinking well. Put a light. Look at this. A ring light is perfect. You put it so that your face will be lit. Do you notice? Do you notice that her laptop there are books under her laptop so that it will be elevated? If you see where I am working right now, it is also like that. My laptop is in a set of books so that I am looking directly into the camera of my laptop so that I am looking at you. Because if it is lower, then I am looking downwards and then I am not looking at you. See, even online, we want to make eye contact because that is respectful. Now, you have to wear professional clothes and be mindful that you wear solid colors. Do not wear too much black or too much white. No, so like look at me now. This is a different color from this, so it looks nice. For women, I do a lot of TV interviews. I have done a movie. I've done two movies. And very important that your face is not shiny. So I am conscious now, is my face shiny? So when men are seen on TV, they put pressed powder. So you might want to put on some makeup and put on some pressed powder so that your face will not be shiny. Being mindful also of the background that you are showing your audience. So make sure that it is solid and nice and respectful. And tell the people in your home when you are doing an online meeting not to walk past where they will be seen in a camera. Maybe your child is suddenly going to you, or maybe somebody is wearing house clothes and then will pass through the camera, then they will be seen. Business meetings are business meetings, whether online or face to face. So therefore, make your online meetings as professional as possible. Good light is very good too. Email etiquette is very important because it shows a very appropriate image for your company. It gets to the point, save times, and lead to less frustration, and it shows a lot of respect for others. Now, what are some email mistakes? Very common email mistakes. No subject in the subject line. Make sure that there is a subject. Do not leave it blank. And then sending your email to those who do not need it. So you have to be very careful about the reply all function. If only one person needs your answer, then you reply directly to that person so that our inboxes will not be deluded with emails that we do not want to read. That does not concern us. So be careful about the reply all function. Too many words, use bullet points. People do not have time to read many manuscripts. So, you have to organize your email so that you are only saying what is pertinent, what is important. No deadline. Be specific, even in your memorandums, in your email. Be specific when you want what you are asking for. You avoid excessive punctuation, and you make sure that there is a signature line containing your contact information, containing your contact details, so that in case the person wants to call you, to make a phone call to you, then already it is there. Saves a lot of time, and that is professional. No greeting. Do not just answer. Just say, hi, dear Bob, good morning. Always greet, especially people that are higher ranking than you and people who are very important. Do not tweet in the heat. Do not send an email when you are angry. Then you become emotional. You cool down first. You process your emotions and your thinking. And then that is when you send an email. Because sometimes when we are emotional, when we are angry, then we are no longer professional. We tend to say words that is not very respectful to the other person. Do not avoid overuse of emoticons in professional emails, please. Poor grammar and misspelled words. You be careful about your grammar and the spelling of your words. Everybody is in social media. Always ask your question. Always ask yourself, should I publish or not? Because people, this is part of our image, our social media profile. So make sure that your pictures there, your photos there, you're showing respect for yourself and for others, because that is part of your personal branding. So this is what you should be thinking. Think about your online image. When you post something, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring or negative? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Because we always want to be kind. Etiquette and good manners is about being kind, is about being respectful. Why do you use social media? It helps us keep in touch. I have been in touch with people, with my cousins I have not seen for a very long time, but because of Facebook, I now know how they are. And then you learn a lot of many good things, many new things in social media. What not to do? You do not you do not talk negatively about your company or your clients. You do not post gossip. you when you tag others, make sure that you ask their permission first. It could be that you are the only one who is pretty in that picture and the other is not, and then you tag her and it is showing her timeline and she is not happy about that. So when you tag, you have to ask permission from the other person that you wish to tag. Do not post risk pictures about yourself, in your bikinis or in your bedroom. No, because that affects your image. That affects your personal brand. Now, so how do we make people like us? It is very important. The likability factor is very important. It could be that you are wearing the best suit, your wow colors. It could be that your feet is, the fit of your clothes is perfect. It could be that you are uh, using a Hermes or a Prada and your shoes are, very expensive. But if people don't like you, then your that has an influence on your success too. So how do people like us? What are the factors that affects our likability? It is really just being interested in other people. We are likable when we are interested in our other people. when we care about other people, when we do our work well, when we are efficient, when we finish projects on time, when we are a good team player, then people will like us. So there, what else? Maybe you have your own answers too on how people can like you. It is good to discover other people's passions because then it is easier for you to pick conversations with them. Okay? So, are there any questions? I think I need to stop my sharing now so I can listen to the questions that you have. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you so much, madam. It was full of learning session. Ma'am, there are two questions. First one is, what is the effect of professional behavior in process of teaching and learning?
The effect of professional behavior in the process of teaching and learning,
Yeah.
very important. A student who exhibits professional behavior will always submit her reports on time, and therefore she is learning more. A teacher who who has a professional tone, who dresses professionally, will resonate well with students, and your students will listen to you better, will respect you better. And therefore, if there is a respect in the environment, then the learning will be greater. Because if teachers and students, they go to school in unprofessional clothes, and they are rude, and they are not respectful, they are not mannerful, then people will not like them. And that will definitely impact our performance as a student, as a teacher, our behavior, our output. The way we do things, it will be impacted by our image.
Thank you, ma'am. And the second one was, what are good professional qualities?
Can you say that again, please? What are?
Yeah, yeah. The good professional qualities
Oh,
that we should maintain. Okay.
good professional qualities that we should maintain. Number one, be on time. Be punctual. Being on time is respect for yourself and for other people. Being on time means you respect other person's time. Time is a very important thing. So be on time. And therefore, to be on time, how are you always punctual? Preparation is key. So therefore, you have to be prepared always. You have to, for teachers, you have to be prepared with your lessons. You have to be prepared with the materials that you will share with your students. We have to be prepared with with the technology that you will use in the classroom. For the students, you have to be prepared for your class. You have to come up, you have your assignments are finished. And for those who will be transferring from campus to corporate, you have to be prepared for your interview. Preparation, punctuality, efficiency, doing our work well on time. Other professional qualities, you have to be a good team player because the fact is you are not working alone. You are part of an organization. You are part of a team. And therefore, you have to be a good team player. You have to be conversant and you have to have very good listening skills. That is part of team playing. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We have covered all the questions. Thank you very much, madam, for giving us valuable time.
Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. I am very happy to have done this for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. I would like to thank the HOD of of our department, Hemal Patel, Principal of our institute, Professor Jatin Vaidya sir, and Academic Director, Dr. Mahesh Bhatt sir, and President of our university, Dr. Devanshu Patel sir, for continuous motivating and supporting us. Thank you very much.